Decision Vault. This is a video kind of review demo, exactly what it does, how it can also help you automate your estate planning practice and save a lot of time and help you make more money.
Welcome to my legal academy, helping lawyers work smart, scale fast, and enjoy life.
Wouter, thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Let's take it away.
Let's take it away. Yeah, if you don't mind, what's the ultimate benefit of Decision Vault?
Yeah, so it grew out of my wife's estate planning practice where like in the beginning of 2020, she had a matter with 37 beneficiaries, and she found herself sitting there typing all the names of all these people into her draft platform to be able to like prepare the documents for this client. And it led to ask us that, hey, it's 2020, somebody must have figured this out where like, shouldn't we just be able to send the client a link and they fill something in online and I push a button and then it shows up over here. And what I found was that like parts of that interaction worked. If you had like, let's say Clio, you could like sync things over into Wealth Counsel. But if you tried to put that in practice end to end, then you would find out that like the Clio intake forms are not smart enough to capture all the information to begin with, to then like make that whole transaction work. So that's what led me to dive in and what's now become Decision Vault.
Amazing. So pretty much, estate planning lawyers don't have to figure out exactly what type of questions they should ask. Those questions are already templatized in Decision Vault. So
to an extent, yes.
To an extent. And then pretty much those intakes are sent to the client to fill out.
Yeah, I can start sharing my screen. I'll run you through it. All right. So the first thing to understand about Decision Vault that it's a portal first and intake form second. So like the why that matters is because like oftentimes when you send a client an intake form, like every practice management tool has intake forms. But the problem is like once the client has filled in something and they submit it to you, like there's never any going back and adding more info later. And that's one of the things that we wanted to solve here is like the client is the first step. When you send them one of these links, they're asked to create an account. And then when they create an account, they land on welcome screen like this. It's possible to embed video. Most attorneys just have text, but it's possible. And then they land on the central menu of the questionnaire. Now, it's a portal first. They can come back to this over time. If they fill this in and submit it to you, and then you do a design meeting with them, like you can add 3 other people come up during the design meeting. You can capture the names. The client can log back in. They can add their names in. They can add the contact details for these people. And that's how we keep all the info in one spot. And then you can easily sync it over to your other tools, right? So first is it's a portal. The second part that's different is like it's chunked into little pieces, like what we see on the screen here. The idea of sort of the goofy times on the right-hand side is that it gives the client permission that we don't have to do it all at once, right? They can start on this, they can come back later. Like it's easy. You can start with who are you, like who are your children, and then it gets like with our space here to build up just fully form builder sections with any question you might want. But then the asset section is probably going to take a little longer. So this is another difference with what you could do potentially with if you try to build intake forms with other tools. Financial intake is really hard because you just don't have the tools at your disposal to build something that works nice, right? It ends up being free text, and then like we hope that the client types in the info you need, and when they do, then you or your staff have to do lots of work to get it into a shape where you can do something with that information. So instead here we have an asset intake that functions nicely for the client. They can share as much or as little as they want at first, which is fine. Like again, it's a portal. They can come back later and add more info later. They might not have met you yet. They might found you off of a webinar, off of the internet. They may not want to share their bank account number yet, right? It's fine. They can do that later. So they fill this all in. And then at the end, they submit it to you. You get a notification, and then how that shows up for you is like this. So this is the firm staff side of Decision Vault. And here we start to see a list of contacts that are showing up, a list of documents showing up that the client has uploaded. And for instance, here this is one of the well-loved features. export an Excel sheet with the assets. So like your client didn't have to go fill in a free text box, and you at the touch of a button have a nice overview like this that exactly shows like the different asset breakdown of like what the client has, right? So that's how the assets come out. There's some more exports here. Let's go to sync some stuff over though. We talked about some of the tools we integrate with. Our aim is to just integrate with everyone, but I'll show a couple of the popular tools. So first up, Clio. So the thing with like practice management tools like Clio is that probably something exists related to this matter in Clio before it exists in DecisionVault, right? So like you capture the client calls in, you capture it as a lead, then you send them the link to start filling in DecisionVault. The client fills it all in. So by the time we get here, something exists in DecisionVault and something exists in Clio. So from here, I can search in my Clio matters, and it works exactly the same across the board, right? Locus, Practice Panther, Lawmatics, all of them work in a similar way. I can search in my matters there. I can pick the matter that this relates to, and I can map the context. And that means that like when I sync it, it'll update those records rather than creating duplicates. There's a number of people here. So for the demos, I usually create lots more Smith matters and create more duplicates. So from here, when I run the sync, it'll push it out to Clio. It'll create the matter, it'll create the contacts, and those people are there now. So I have my matter that's created. I have the 2 phone numbers, the 2 addresses, other people on related parties on the matter that I wanted to sync over. So they're here. So you could start using those in like the Clio to just keep track of people, but also in the Clio document automation tools, for instance.
Hey, hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you're a lawyer and you're looking to work smart, scale fast, and enjoy life, right below this video, you'll find a link to book a call to speak to my team so we can tell you how we've been able to help over 500 law firm owners scale their law firm. Now back to the video.
Let's do something else. Let's do, mouse a little slow. Let's do Wealth Counsel, Elder Counsel. So DecisionVault is an official integration partner with Wealth Counsel, Elder Counsel. So similar thing here. It doesn't give you the option to link because like nothing really exists in Wealth Counsel, Elder Counsel before you have the need to have information there. So DecisionVault will just create the matter. And then if you add another person or you add some more contact details to a person, you can sync and update, and it will update those records over there. So here we now have the matter sitting in Wealth Counsel. So the matter gets created, the clients get linked to it. These clients are married, so the 2 spouses are linked together. Date of birth is here, address, phone number, etc. So again, everything is here, and then you can start going into the matter, go into drafting, and you can start to use those contacts. So it syncs the clients, and it also syncs over the other contacts, so those can get pulled into the drafting once you get to that. The third category here are document automation tools. So Gavel, Woodpecker, FormStack. Those tools, like with Wealth Counsel and Elder Counsel, you don't control the template, right? They control the template, they keep it updated with state law and all that. With these document automation tools, you control the template, you can upload and build up a Word document with fields, and then DecisionVault can pull the fields. In this case, this is instructions for like short-term guardians, for instance, as an example. So I've built up this template in Gavel. I can pull the fields, I can map those to information in DecisionVault, either being like contact information or even like questions and answers from the questionnaire. And then I can use this to like generate my own documents, right? So some things you might not pull through the document automation or the document drafting platforms. Some of this is filled in. I'll just run it to show you what it looks like when we jump over into Gavel. So here now, Gavel has this flow where you have a set of variables. You can kind of verify that they're all here. The parents' information is filled in, the children information is here. And when I continue through this, I get a document that gets generated with those inputs, right? So those are the big 3 of the integrations of DecisionVault. And like as Sam pulled up, like on our website, we have a big list of all the different integration partners that we have or that we plan to add. So that's the core piece of DecisionVault. It works with your other tools, and it'll take over the intake portion of those other tools and then lets you sync information to those different tools.
You mentioned the integrations, and the integrations are huge, and that's something we always share inside of our community is if a tool doesn't have an integration or a Zapier integration, then it's a silo. Essentially, it's the tool.
Right.
Can't communicate with any other tool, and it's just essentially pretty useless as much as we're concerned, and these days. So let's just go over it. Action step, Clio, obviously one of the most popular CRMs for lawyers. Lock is very popular. Lawmatic is very popular. Zoho, my case, Practice Panther, StateWorks, Smokeball, Keep, Filewine, very popular, and looks like Filewine and Recommender are in the works. And when it comes to drafting, as you mentioned, Wealth Console seems like to be a very popular option for estate planning lawyers. And then there's also Interactive Legal and Elder Counsel. And then also when it comes to actually drafting the documents, which Gabble and Woodpecker and FormStack offer, and Hot Docs, all those are in there. Also, you have LawPay and Gravity, amazing. And if not,
those are planned, right? So like we don't have that yet, but I envision that will be like a way to, when your client they're logged in, so we know who they are, they can click through to like pay their bill through LawPay or Gravity Legal. Yeah,
amazing. And then you have the catch-all webhooks and APIs.
Yes, yeah,
and Zapier. So amazing. So again, just to recap, for estate planning lawyers who are looking to automatically intake, gather the information that they need from their clients, to be able to also for your clients to have a client little dashboard for them to log back in at any time to be able to fill those out, and then also a tool that automatically can pass that information on to either document automation tools or your CRMs for the information to be updated or documents to be automatically drafted. DecisionVault seems like the right choice, again, based on things that we hear from the community. That's the reason why I brought Wouter on. Wouter, if people are interested, how could people take advantage to learn more? And then if you have any offers for our audience.
Yeah, so right there on the website at the top, it has the option to start a free trial. So we have a 14-day free trial. Two things to add that I didn't show before, but I can quickly add. Number one is when you start a free trial, it automatically sets up a basic estate planning questionnaire. So that works out of the box, right? It has all the questions in there related to people in the client's life. It has a fully filled in asset intake, and then you can customize from there, but like you could take the link and send it to a client immediately and you wouldn't look bad, right? So it works out of the box. Number two, you can customize it yourself completely from the tool. So like the setup of the questions, the asset intake, all of that can be changed. And if you need help with that, our support team can help with that. Yeah, so like I said, start a free trial, 14-day free trial. And as a special offer for Sam's community, we're offering 10% off of our annual plan pricing. So if you want to take advantage of that, reach out to support. When you start a trial, you get these automatic welcome emails. So you can reach out to support, let them know that you came in through My Legal Academy and you want to take advantage of the 10% off of the annual plan. I'll be happy to add that to your account.
Great. And I'll provide all the links right below, all the information that you need right below. Thank you so much, Wouter. And I also heard amazing customer service from you guys. So it's amazing you offer that. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.